Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Going Through Life with Becca. How are you? Good early morning. It is after 6 in the morning. I went to bed early, so I woke up early. I want to talk about and vlog about right now about being physically handicapped in your lungs and having trouble with lung issues. I know that not everybody with a disability like mine has lung issues. I unfortunately was diagnosed with COPD, asthma first, and then as I got older, COPD or formed COPD, and which makes it kind of hard that in the during the winter time when it's cold and rainy and nasty, it becomes kind of hard for my breathing, and I tend to get a little sick because of, my issues and having very limited mobility. It can be very, very, very hard and difficult. And there shall be light. Good morning. It's 6:11. Oh my gosh, 6:11. And I've always had asthma ever since I'm a little girl, but I was a lot more physically active. I had more strength, even though I'm paralyzed from the waist down. I had more strength in my hips and thighs and my upper legs to be able to crawl around on the ground, lift myself up in and out of my wheelchair. Of course, at that time, I didn't have a motorized wheelchair. I had a wheelchair that, I had to physically wheel myself. And, I will say that having that kind of wheelchair, it is very beneficial. What the heck? Excuse me. Okay, another cat went in. Hold right on. Anyways, does everybody with spina bifida who have a physical disability have lung problems? No. Unfortunately, I do though. When I was a young girl living in Oklahoma, I had asthma a lot because, number one, we lived out in the country, we had allergens, and then we had a lot of animals. We had cats, dogs, even though they were really outside, and we had chickens, we had a couple goats, we had some pigs. So it wasn't really a farm, but it wasn't. And so I had a lot of asthma, and if you don't know that getting breathing treatments, having inhalers and breathing treatments and putting that into your lungs, not only does having an asthma attack scar your lungs, but even the medicine that you take for your lungs causes more scarring over time. So that sucks, right? Yeah, I know. But I will say that even though having a motorized now wheelchair has helped me to be able to do a lot more things for myself, it's not been a benefit for me health-wise when it comes to keeping in shape and strengthening my lungs in order for me to be able to strengthen my lungs. My diet is horrible. I do this kind of intermittent fasting type of thing where I'll fast all morning, and then I'll eat at my first meal at 12 o'clock, and then my last meal at 6 o'clock. Yeah, I do that. to help me lose some weight. I also have, and I don't know if you guys have problems with this, but I also have a hernia in my stomach, so I can't do a whole lot of exercising. But I do my best to move around my arms a lot, and so my nephew Taco, we call him Taco, Defiant Taco. Him and I listen to music a lot, and I'll be jamming, yeah, and everything. So yeah, but I also need to be able to move my legs. So I'm hoping that with the intermittent fasting, I'll be able to lose more weight, and then it'll be easier for me to help move my legs. I'm gonna have to move them myself with my own hands and arms, use my arm muscles to move them, because I can't move my own legs. I'm unable to move them, and I need exercises to be done. Yeah. We have cats, and of course, a person with asthma and COPD should not, depending on how bad the COPD is, should not have animals like cats and dogs. Do I have an allergen to cats and dogs? Yes, but I have become so used to having cats that I don't have the allergies I used to have. And I know I need to stop kissing on them. I have a horrible time kissing on them. But anyways, I wanted to show you that if any of you have what I have, COPD or asthma, and you have physical health issues like me, and you're physically disabled like me, my mother, God bless her heart, got me a few things to help. Right now I am having respiratory issues. So this is Dr. Christopher's respiratory syrup. Looks like this. And then she got me Lung and Bronchular by Dr. Christopher's. So yeah, and I just 3 times a day I put just a capful of this 3 times a day, and like 15 drops of this 3 times a day, and a warm drink, and it helps loosen up the gunk that is stuck there, that is sticking there to the lungs, so I can get it up. But I do know, and I realize that what also would help me is trying to move my legs more often. So yeah, anyways, so I just wanted to show you those in case if there's any of you that can relate to what I go through, and you do have lung issues, and you do get sick a lot. The lung bronchular and the respiratory syrup is really good. Just go to drchristopher's.com, I think. Let me see. Hold on. Is it on there? Teaspoon serving Okay, so what it has in it, though, I want to tell you the ingredients. A base of pure vegetable glycerin, distilled water, and pure apple cider vinegar is in this one. But there's also garlic. There's garlic in it. So garlic juice, wild crafted mullein leaf, wild crafted chickweed herb, organic fennel seed, and wild crafted nettle leaf. That's in this one, okay? And it all helps the lungs, okay? Also in this one, property blend, wild crafted marshmallow root, wild crafted mullein leaf, wild crafted chickweed herb, wild crafted lobelia herb, lobella herb, well-crafted lungwort herb and well-crafted clear sea root. The words are so small, I can't even. And then there's vegetable glycerin and distilled water. Pure, basic pure of that. So, and then she also, because I have a steamer, not a steamer, it's like a thing you turn on at night to help the air get moist. So when you breathe in, it can help keep your lungs and everything moist and not dry. She also got me some Vicks stuff to put in the water, so it vapes into the air and I can breathe it in. Also, you might want to try that. So yeah, that's what I wanted to come on here and talk about, is basically the challenge of having lung issues and being physically disabled. So, and if any of you can relate, I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, share, hype my video and everything, and let's become a family and support each other through the ups and downs and of our everyday life. Anyways, I hope you have a good day. Happy Saturday. And see y'all later.